Welcome to La Raza Park in San Jose. La Raza is I guess technically 18-hole course. There's 9 pads, there's 2 baskets, there's a galvanized basket, there's a green basket. It's a very cool and unique course. Based on where the holes are set up, you can have some very, very challenging holes. So just because it's 9 pads, don't think it's, welcome to the park. Hole 1, we're playing the B position. It's just up and over the hill and down to the right. It's a forehand shot. It's finishing out to the right. My forehand's not super consistent, so I'm gonna try a backhand side turn. A Mando on the tree on the right. Real big key is just hit the gap. You don't end too far right because you're going to be underneath that tree. You don't want to finish way too far left because you're going to be blocked out for your second shot. That's about as good as I can do with the backhand turn. We're going to be playing the galvanized baskets today. The green baskets are the further baskets, and those are very challenging. When I first started playing this course, we used to just play every green basket as a par 4 because that's how challenging it is. So this is at the top of the hill. You can see from the tee. That is the A position. We're going to the B right there. Looks like I finished in a great spot. You don't want to finish too far to the right because then you have that low ceiling look. And if you go too far left, then you're blocked out by that tree. Hole 2 says it's playing 420 feet, but definitely plays longer. This is one of my favorite driving holes. It's got one tree in the middle. You can choose to go to the right or left of it. The hole goes up and it sneaks out to the left. The key is really hit the gap, end up in the middle of the fairway so you have a look to the green. If you want to push at least 300 feet, ideally finishing straight or right then left because it's a tree that can cut you out going into the green. My shot on this hole is something that starts at the middle tree, turn it over slightly to the right, and finishes back to the left. Pretty good. This is looking from the fairway up towards the basket. You can see the basket up over there. This is where you'd be if you ended up slightly left off the tee. This is probably about 320 feet from the tee. So you have this tree that's in the way obstructing you. And then there's all out of bounds in the parking lot to the right. So you could either try maybe a low shot, maybe a low forehand or backhand, or a hyzer out over the parking lot, but not the easiest shot in the world if you end up left. Had a great drive. Even with this great drive, still a pretty tricky up shot. Have OB immediately to the right of the basket. More space on the left. I'm gonna try a zone forehand. Slide in from left to right up to the basket. I think that's pretty good, maybe a little long. Tell me how that hole is 420 feet. I threw my drive very well. And normally I throw it about 400 feet. And I still had 120 foot upshot or so. Anyway, definitely happy to be here in 2. Hole 3, basket is in the B location, which is 315 feet, straight up the gut, over the hill, down in this little cove. Again, a very cool driving hole here at La Raza. A couple options. One, you can throw something straight up the middle. You gotta be aware, obviously, of not hitting the original trees, but also not throwing something too high because it's low ceiling. Other option, backhand, out to the right on a slide hyzer, miss the one on the right-hand side, and then slide it up just to the right of that tree that's in the middle you see. You can also throw a forehand flex up the middle. I'm going to try that backhand hyzer out to the right, trying to finish it up over the hill to hopefully give me a look at bird. Threw it a little too low, so it didn't quite clear the hill to slide back to the left like I liked. Where I finished is not going to be a great spot. There's a big tree right on the other side of that hill there. This kind of blocked me out from any birdie look. So this is at the top of the hill. That's the gap you could see off the tee. And that's the basket in that little cove. That's the tree I was telling you about that I'm probably going to be blocked out behind. Looks like I was fortunate enough to kick out enough left to have a look at the basket. I'm probably about 60 feet, going to try a jump putt. Going to set you guys up with a catch cam, hopefully, so you can see some magic happen. Not my best effort to make it. There's this little elevated wall that goes around the basket that protects any disc from skipping too far away. That's how I knew I could give it a go. I just didn't get enough spin. Hole 4, position B. It says 400 feet. Again, another very cool driving hole here at La Raza. I think that's part of the reason why the course is so cool. Not only is it aesthetically pleasing with these different trees, but also there's different lines based on what you want to do. So you have that one tree that has the big limb hanging out. Options: you can flex something out to the left of it and have it come back, or you can throw something underneath that limb and have it just head pretty straight with a slight fade to the right. The basket is down off of a ledge 400 feet away, surrounded by trees out behind that tree with the low limb. My play, I'm gonna throw something out to the left of that tree, try to have a gentle turn the entire way, hopefully land down close to the basket. I was worried I was gonna hit that one of those limbs, but it got down there. I think it should be okay. Probably circle 2, look for bird. So this is that big tree you could see from the tee box, and I just barely snuck through somewhere there. This is kind of a landing area. It's maybe 350 feet from the tee. You do not want to go left off the tee. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. That's OB. So anything up in that hillside, OB. You can see that white line, that's OB. But yeah, challenging and cool hole. This is a drop-off ledge with a nice protected green. I'm probably like maybe edge of circle 2 into circle 3 over there. And then basket A is right over there. Obviously we have that flooding going on, so we have that added water, but normally basket A is right over here. And then we actually have a couple more pin locations like the green basket that are around the corner over there, which make it a very challenging hole. I'm still trying to figure out what is my best jump putting technique. So I worked on for a while the Drew Gibson, where you're on both feet and then you kind of jump and lunge at it. I tried that on hole 3. Other things I work on are that jumping in line stance putt, and the last one is kind of a walking forward. I'm gonna try the walking forward one now. Apparently I'm gonna be doing the walking forward circle 2 putt. That was sweet. 1 under after 4 holes. That is a very good score on this whole setup. Dude, that last putt was awesome. That was definitely closer to 70, 80 feet versus edge of circle 2. Hole 5, basket is in location A, which is just on the other side of that down log. One of the more scoreable holes here at La Raza. You have these guardian trees in front of the basket, and you also have a out of bounds path on the left. Anything on or to the left of the path is out of bounds. So you definitely don't want to finish too far left. I think if you have the shots of forehand, just out to the left of the guardian trees and then have it land softly. Again, not the most confident with the forehand, so I'm going to try a backhand hex relatively straight at the tree on the left, have it turn slightly to the right, and then finish hopefully right by the basket. Got very fortunate to get through that tree on the right. I threw it a little too flat, so it turned over. I was trying to throw it a little more hyzer to get it up to flat, maybe turn slightly and come back. But typically when you hit those trees on the right, it just drops it dead. Can he go 2 for 2? Yes, he can. Hole 6, basket is on the pole right in front of you. It says 225 feet. Probably the easiest hole at Raza. Other locations are up and over the hill to the right. In this front location, you just gotta be careful not to hit the canopy because it's relatively low ceiling. There's a couple branches down that are hanging, or obviously you don't want to go right or left. There is OB left, but at 225 feet, I'm hoping not to have to worry about that. In the deeper positions, you're gonna want to throw a forehand up the middle that finishes to the right, or a backhand turnover. The hill just to the right of where the basket is something you gotta contend with if you're going back into the right. If you're doing a backhand turnover, forehand, you gotta clear that hill, otherwise it's gonna hit it and end up short, probably depending on the basket location, edge of circle 1 or into circle 2. Going with Neutron Envy, slight hyzer up to flat, hopefully running up right next to the basket. Too high, oh no, get down. So much about not worrying about OB. Threw it way too high, never got flipped over, started on too much hyzer, just not a good shot. I think I'm OB. That was definitely thinking too much ahead. I was like, oh man, I might get turkey here at La Raza. I don't think I ever got a turkey at La Raza. And then of course, that happened. Out of bounds. If you're playing the green baskets to the deep position, this is the ridge you gotta clear. There's some rocks here too, but again, this ridge just kind of stops everything if it hits into it. That is so crazy. For months I played this course and I barely even knew there was a creek back here. It was just maybe a slow stream of water, nothing like that. Another thing that's cool at La Raza that you'll see occasionally is wild boar. I've seen 2 wild boars at La Raza, one like 2 weeks ago. Just keep your head on swivel for those because they can definitely be vicious and they are massive. Hole 7, basket is in the B position. It says it's 370 feet. You can see it there, back and to the right. This is again one of those holes where it's, depending on the basket location, it can be very challenging or not too bad. The first location is about 300 feet right up the gut, just past the trees on the left. And that's definitely a birdieable hole. Just throw something straight that finishes left. This one, it has a big tree / bush that protects it on the right hand side. And you have all this junk on the left. So if you want to get the bird, you either got to do a big forehand, have a flex and finish to the right, or backhand turnover. I'm not playing for par, so I'm going to try for the bird with a slight turnover. Turn that one over too much. There was a slight breeze I felt right as I was about to throw. I probably should have changed the release angle. Not going to have a look for bird. Hopefully I can get up and down for par. For par does not look likely. My disc is down over there. There is some poison oak around it. Definitely be careful when you're playing in San Jose. There is quite a bit of poison oak. Completely blocked out. I'm gonna have to pitch up towards the camera where it's located currently. And then the basket is over there. And it's got a little bit of a death putt feel if I can get it up here to try to make that par putt. So not looking good. So that is what PO looks like. I avoid it like the plague. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. All I know is I'm not gonna use that disc the rest of the round. Definitely be cautious of PO when you're at La Raza. Hole 8 in the A position, 290 feet. Parking lot plays as OB. My throw, I'm gonna aim just to the right of the basket with my Fishing Envy. Hopefully just have it finish softly to the left, either on that hill to the right of the basket or slightly left of the basket. That was me parked. Looks a little long, but definitely take it. Good shot. One thing to be aware of on this hole is this tree up to the right off the tee. All these little invisible branches will knock your disc down into OB. So just make sure you avoid those when you're going up to the basket. Well, this is closer than it looked from the tee. I wonder how close it was to AC. Wow, that's bad. Last hole here. Again, another very cool driving hole. The basket's out on the left. On the left, you might be able to see it right behind the barricade. So it's 265 feet in this location. Other locations are out past it on the right. In this location, I'm gonna try to take it directly at it over the parking lot, out of bounds. So you see that cement, that's all out of bounds. If it's in the other locations that go to the right, do something straight and then finish back to the left. You have the bigger gap on the right and then the smaller gap in the middle. The baskets are typically back into the left. So if you want to be more aggressive, you take the middle gap. If you want to be more conservative, you go to the right. But based on this location way out to the left, I'm just going to straight over the OB. Hopefully make up for that last putt with a good shot here and a birdie. Hold it. Oh. So there's the basket on the left. That road and those barricades you can see from the tee box, that's all out of bounds. Other basket locations you typically find it is back behind those down trees, or even another one way back there. Low ceiling up shot. Probably gonna do a zone backhand, skip it up next to the basket. Well, there you have it. There are the 9 galvanized holes at La Raza. Hope you enjoyed this video. I will be making another one for the green baskets, and that's gonna be a challenge. I think I finished this course 1 under, and if I can get close to par at the green baskets, I would be super happy. Hope you enjoyed it.